Hello friends, in today's session we are going to discuss about SVN to Jenkins connection. The part 1 video we already seen it, like how we can connect Postman collections to Jenkins, and in today's section we are going to concentrate on more into SVN check-ins, and as soon we check in SVN, right, so build should trigger from Jenkins and the latest code should pick up from the SVN and should build it. So that is called continuous integration, right? It's always, you know, build, deploy and test, right? It's always work like build, deploy and test. So this should trigger automatically. All this should trigger automatically. For that we have continuous delivery, continuous integration. Continuous integration we have Jenkins, Bamboo, which these tools supports continuous integration. So in today's session we are going to mainly concentrate on Jenkins for continuous integration as a tool, and we are trying to achieve this build, deploy and test, right? So as of now I'm going to show you that a simple statement, a Java statement. I'm going to checking this code in SVN, and from there we are going to build a project through Jenkins, right? So the prerequisite is, what we need is, like, we need Java, we need Jenkins to be installed on your desktop, we need Visual SVN server, and also we need Tortoise SVN. I'll tell you why we need Visual SVN server later, but let's so this Visual server, SVN, Tortoise SVN and Java and Jenkins, all these are the prerequisites for your setup. Try to download it from the Google and install. So I assume that you already installed, and now what I do, I'll try to show you that how we can configure the project by using all these tools, right? So let's target one by one. Okay, I'm going to create one new repository here. Okay, so using Visual SVN server, I'm going to create one repository, that is I called demo Jenkins. Okay, click on next, don't do anything, select as it is and create, and note down this is your SVN URL. So we need this to configure SVN URL, right? And now click on finish. So as you see, one repository is created, and click on browse. So you should be able to log into this browser. So when you create a Visual SVN server, right, you can also create users. I already created. This is the basic thing that you can do. I'm not going to stretch on this SVN server. So just create one user to log into this SVN URL. Okay, now demo Jenkins is created. Now we need one more repository in my local. So I'll do demo Java, right? So as soon we create this folder, right click and click on SVN checkout. So here we should give the URL of the SVN server repository, that is this one. Okay, click OK. Now whatever we check in here, right, so it will check there in repository, right here. So now let me write one simple Java program, right? What we have to do, switch workspace other and try to select the folder which we just integrated with SVN, right? Click OK. Now my workspace selected with the latest repository. Okay, now Java will be loaded. Okay, after that we simply paste the program which we already written, right? So let Java load in this workspace, that is this demo Java, right? So till now what we did, we created one visual SVN server, under that we created one repository, and in the local we created one folder and we linked this repository to local folder, and we created one workspace inside the local folder, so that whatever code I check in here, it will reflect in the repository, right? So let me write one simple print statement program and we'll see how it works, right? So go to file, create new project and create one simple Java program. Go to file, new Java project, right? Say demo gen, next, click finish. Okay, and here in the src write one simple Java program, print statement program, same demo class, right? So now just add one statement, right? So just one simple Java statement and run this. Okay, we are able to successfully run this. Now go to the local folder. Here we have the demo class, right? So now what we have to do, we have to check in this, right? Do SVN commit, select all, click OK. What it says, suppression. Okay. Some file is not I think some file is kept. Let me close this. Okay. And click on SVN commit, select all. Yeah, because we kept some program open, it was showing that some class file is already used by something. I'm not sure what's that error, but ideally it will come for first time, but later on shouldn't come, it will not come. Okay, click OK. Now just see whether this is reflecting here, right? It's coming under SRC. We should be able to see this, right? One. Now what we do, let's launch again the same program and do some changes there, right? And try to see the commit is happening in the SVN. So once this is done, then we can move to Jenkins and try to integrate this SVN to Jenkins there. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll just try to insert, right? I'll just try and insert one more statement by adding one more print command, right? Save this, run. So no errors, and save this. Now go to same folder, that demo dot, right? See this, open this notepad. We got second statement here, right? Then commit this. Right, that error is not coming now. Okay, now go to this and refresh it. We got it. So the link between the SVN server and the local repository working fine, and I am also able to commit the code to my repository. Once this setup is done, launch the Jenkins login, setup project, configuring the build and all that. I have already explained in the part 1 video, so I don't stretch same topic in this video. So please go through that and come back here so that you will be more good in position to understand this concept, right? So let's create one project and try to link the SVN here, right? That's the purpose. Demo Jenkins and SVN, right? So once this is done, right, what I have to do, select subversion, right? So we have URL with us. This is the URL. Give this, right? I have already set up my user and credential here, so I'll just add that, right? Should be fine. I'm not sure why it's not accessible. Okay, let me see. I think I should create user for this also, right? I'm not sure. Go to properties, add admin to this apply. Okay, right. Now come back to this and should be fine. I'm sorry, the error has been rectified now. Okay, the error was ideally we should always go to here and copy URL to clipboard. This will work always. So what I did was previously I added one extra slash in between few somewhere, right? So if there is error, you get it in red notification. If Jenkins successfully able to connect, means we don't get any error here. Okay, that is the one thing that we have to do, set up the subversion path in the Jenkins. So I'll repeat what we did. First we created a project. First we created one repository in the Visual SVN server, and then we created one local folder. Then we linked this repository to local folder. Then we created one workspace under the local folder, and we created one simple statement program which prints the just statement, and we are able to successfully submit the latest status to SVN. So once that is done, we just open Jenkins and we created one new project. Always select the URL from the clipboard and give here. So, and if already credentials are already set, give that credential. So if any error, it will display in the red color, otherwise you are good to go. Right now, so here in the previous session I already explained that how we can set build periodically. As of now I'll skip this, and I'll also tell why I have chosen Visual Server, right? So what happens generally, if you go and if you have just tortoise SVN, right? So here we have a repo browser. So in this repo browser we get local, instead of HTTPS we get file and repo, right? I'll show you how it works. Just create one folder, right? Say test, right? And try to create repository here. It will create with the file, see. So now if you open this repo browser, it gives in this format file, right? But Jenkins, it's running on the server, it needs HTTPS or HTTP URLs. So if we give file here, Jenkins will not work because it is unable to find out the path. It is always look for the URL, so your file doesn't work. So to host your code to a URL, we need Visual SVN server. So instead of having it in the local, what I did, I installed Visual SVN server so that I can host the server and get the URL like this, and using that URL I can plug into Jenkins. So that's why we need Visual SVN server. I hope why we need it now it's very much clear, right? So let's move on and now configure the build. Say to run simple Java program, right? So what we need is a simple Java run command, that is Java C and Java. So how do you know that Java installed? Just type open command and type type Java. So if it's installed, you get something like this. And also make sure that compiler is set in the system variable in the environment variable section. So if you miss a bin and you just copy JDK version, and if you don't include bin, then this compiler will not work. So make sure that Java C also set in the right direction. So now what I do, I'll go to I already given one I'll copy this bat. Okay, I'll explain what is there in that bat. Just I'll copy this. Okay, I'll paste this under the src, right? So now you copy this, now you rename and copy this much only, and right click, edit, right? So here I have simple command converted into bat file where it runs the program. So what you have to do, the first set project location. My project location is this, right? So copy this and replace, right? Now cd project location. Now it in the command prompt it takes this path, that means this folder. Now this is the class path of the project location, and here my Java commands are there. So just save this, okay, and run this bat, right? It's printing actually, and it created class file also. Now what we have to do, take this and go to Jenkins and type cd, right? Give the folder path and give the what bat name. So what it means, first this is the Windows batch command, that is cd command. It goes to the folder where the bat is there. It runs the bat. If it runs the bat, that means it also runs the Java program, as simple as that. So post build actions, as I said, we can configure email notification for failure build and successful build. I'll demo this in the third video. Okay, so let's keep as it is, and now I'll reiterate what I did. I just created one Jenkins project. Under that I configured my subversion, and in the build I have taken the Windows command. I have set the path right, and my setting is done, right? Click apply, and I'm sure why this visual SVN server is required to get the URL. It's required tortoise SVN. If it is in the local, we can't set the URL, it gives in the file format. That's why we integrated that tortoise SVN with visual SVN server, so that we can get the URL something like this, so that Jenkins can easily understand the repository URL. After that, click apply, click save, and let's see how it works, right? Build now. Hopefully it should run without any error. If any error is coming, that means we might have did some wrong configuration or some wrong command. Let's see what it gives. Based on that we'll work out and resolve. It takes some time. Okay, build is success because we got the blue ball. If it's a red ball, that means there is some error. Let's see what is the console output says. Okay, yeah, so whatever we have here, right, we got it in the Jenkins. Now let's see, I'll increase this with one more statement to see the latest code after check-in is taken from the SVN. Jenkins is taken from the SVN. Okay, I'll just type here let's say to see latest code is picked up by Jenkins, right? And what we can do, save this and run. Okay, it's running. Now let's save this to a repository, right? Demo Java here, right? So just do commit, click all and OK. So now the latest code is there, and cross verify that here. Go to okay, SRC and see to see latest code is picked up by Jenkins. So repository captured the latest code. Now go to Jenkins, okay, back to project and build now. Let's see whether it's able to take the latest code from the SVN or not, right? Go to console output. Interesting. So go back, let's see what happened. Go to folder, what we have here. So it has the latest code, right? Okay, should be okay. Let's build again. Ideally it should come. Let's see any sync issue or what it is, right? Yeah, to see latest code is picked up by Jenkins. So it means it's taking the latest code, right? So maybe there is a delay in connecting the SVN repository and the localhost here. So that's why the build 2 doesn't give the latest. That means it's a quick, right? So now on we get whatever the code we have in this SVN, right? We will get here. So I hope this video is helpful to understand how we can connect SVN to Jenkins. So the next video I'm going to do it on the email notification, where whenever the build is triggered, the failure or success notification we should get through email, where we can configure the stakeholders like dev managers, test managers, product owner, product manager, whoever it is. If we have to send a result to them whenever build is triggered, they'll get the email notification. That we do it next session, but till now I'll quickly summarize what we did. Okay, so we need SVN Tortoise, Visual SVN Server, Jenkins, and simple Java program to demonstrate how the continuous integration works through Jenkins. So first, what we have to do using why we need Visual SVN Server to get the repository URL, because SVN Tortoise will give the repository URL like something like file, right? So Jenkins won't understand this. Jenkins needs something like in HTTP format, right? Something like this, right? So that's why what we did, we created one local folder and we linked that folder to a repository, SVN repository, right? So once that is done, we created one simple Java program and we linked this program to a SVN. Then after that we opened the Jenkins, we created one simple project. Under this project, what we did, we configured the project, we configured the SVN URL first, and then we configured the build command. So once this is done, just trigger the build, right? So whatever the latest code it has in the SVN, we get it here and build will be deployed, right? That's all for today's session. Thanks for watching this. Thank you.